Okay, hey everyone. Just me, Anne's not here at the moment, and this was an unplanned video. At least this part of it was. I'm going to prepare some kumquats, and eventually we're going to make some kumquat jam. I was just down in the garden down there, and noticed there is a whole stack of kumquats that you can see here that needed to come off and be dealt with. I am going to chop them all up now. Finely, because I like it fine rather than chunky. I'm going to chop them all up, put them in some water and leave them overnight for tomorrow, and we'll make the jam tomorrow. Now, just something, you're probably wondering what this is over here. I won't bring it over because it's a bit wet. That is a big Chinese cabbage that has also come out of the garden. So we've got a few of those coming, so we're going to be eating Chinese cabbage for a little while. But that's basically what it is. It's, as I said, it's just me. Miserable day out there, as you can see, which is just as good, or just as well, I should say, because these are supposed to sit in a cool area. It's not going to be a problem as it is today. So, excuse me, I'll just get a knife. We've got a bit of a sharpen, and we'll get into chopping up these kumquats. First of all, I've got to wash them, haven't I? So I'll do that first of all. Just get some water in here. Try not to use too much water, just enough to basically cover them so I can give them a bit of a clean. Now, I said jam before, I think. It's actually marmalade what I'm making. These, I'm not washing these because I use any spray. I don't use any sprays in the garden. I don't like to use the sprays. So we lose a certain amount of produce because of that. But our approach is basically let the bugs and whatever have a little bit, and we'll have the rest. Not that we don't, how could I say, dispose of some bugs at different times. But hey, that's the way it is. Now, I'll just wash these, give them a bit of a clean off. As I say, I don't use any sprays, so it's not that I'm trying to wash off any sprays. I'm just trying to clean them off, wash up any dust or muck that's on them, and then I'll get into chopping them up. All right, I had started doing this and then just checked and realised my microphone had died on me. So I've got another one. Hopefully it's got enough charge just to get through this bit. I have a bowl here where I'll put all the finely chopped kumquats into. I've got a bowl here for the bad ones and the bits I cut off. And there will be bits that I will cut off because I've just got a little bit of, well, it's just something I don't like anyway, whatever it is. So it's not like it's rotten or anything like that, but I'll just chop it off. Anyway, I'm rambling. So basically, I could put this through a machine and that'd be fine, but I would get more of I wouldn't get that peel that you like in marmalade. And I like a bit of a peel in the marmalade, so does Anne. So it's basically just chop it all up by hand. And given that we're about budgeting and so forth, we don't have a lot of machines. We do have a couple of things. I've got a machine there that will actually, chop this up well and truly. But it's going to really mash it all. And I don't particularly like that. I like it to be fine. Anyway, this is going to take a while. I'm not going to have you sit there looking at me do this for the next half hour or whatever it'll take me. And so at the end, I'll show you the finished bowl of sliced up kumquat. And I'll just get on with this. That's a kilo of kumquats there. And I've just covered it with water, 5 cups of water. Going to leave it overnight now. As I said, this isn't a cooking show, but I'll just show you. It's the next day. I've put all the kumquats, juice, and the couple of my tablespoons of lemon juice in there, and I'm just simmering them for about half an hour. In here I have got my bottles. They've all been washed and put them in the oven now at 120 degrees, and they'll be in there for about 20 minutes before I use them. And here I have 3 cups of sugar. The recipe actually says 4, but we prefer to only put 3 in. Once this is cooked and all this peel has softened, I'll be slowly adding this in and dissolving it. Right, jam is all done. I've got about half a dozen jars out of that, 4 of these large ones and a couple of smaller ones. I've got quite a bit out of 1 kilo of kumquats. But the video really isn't about making kumquat jam. I showed you what I did, but that's not really what it's about. It's more about showing you how we use things out of the garden. We have only 1 kumquat tree, stands about so high, and every year it gives us a large crop of kumquats. And overall we could probably make a couple of dozen jars of jam out of that. Now if we actually do make quite a few, and we tend to give them away. It's a pity we can't barter with somebody and swap them, but unfortunately nobody around here seems to do that. The sad thing is that we see fruit trees with crops on them, and that fruit doesn't get used. It tends to be dropped on the ground, goes rotten and goes in a bin, and that's such a shame to see that. The cost of this is the important thing here. Yeah, it takes a bit of time to do it, but the cost saving is huge. Now, there was, what was it? 3 cups of sugar went into this. A kilo of sugar cost about $2. I think it was $2.50 at one of the local supermarkets here. So very little. There was a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice, some water, and then the kumquats. And that's all that goes into it. And the only other cost to you is whether you cook with gas or you cook with electricity. we cook with gas because we had it here when we come in here. But if you cook with electricity and you did this during the day and you've got solar, and we do have solar here, you're not going to have much of a cost at all as far as the electricity that goes into it. Gas, yeah, we've got a gas cost, but still, one of these jars in a major supermarket, the cheapest I found was, I think, $3 for about that size jar. But the dearest ranged up to, I think it was about $8 for one jar. And given that in one season, we could probably make 3 dozen of those if we wanted to, the cost would be minimal. You're talking about cents per jar, and they're just reused jars. So we haven't invested in a lot of preserving jars, that sort of thing. So the cost is minimal. So there's a really good demonstration of how you can cut your cost down. Now, how much jam you use is up to you. We go through a little bit through the year, that we only actually use it on toast a couple of times. Every now and then we use it for other, like in cakes or little, what do you call them? Cupcakes, muffins, that type of thing. But we give it away. We don't have a problem with giving it away. We're quite happy to do that. So it just makes a nice neighbourhood as far as we're concerned. But that's all the video is about. Well, not all. That's a major thing that the video is about. It really is to demonstrate how much you can save by doing something like this. And to grow those trees, they're not that hard to grow. Kumquats seem to be one of those things that once you've got them going, they just keep fruiting every year. As I said, one tree, that high, easy to maintain, doesn't take up a lot of space. That's it. Don't forget, subscribe if you want to see future videos. Share this with somebody, hit the like button and so forth. And until the next one, I'll say bye for now.